Hello and good evening, Hare Krishna, my dear soul brothers and soul sisters. Thank you for being with us for our second session ng ating Meditation and Yoga Philosophy Workshop, Batch 7. And first of all, bago makalimutan, maraming salamat sa mga nagpasa ng assignments. May naratanggap pa, kahit totoo ako, may naratanggap akong humahabol ngayon, buzzer beater. So don't worry, I will reply tonight. I had fun and I got also, I was inspired also dun sa mga answers ninyo, lalo na sa mga lifelong questions. So, minsan nagiging drive natin to, yung mga lifelong questions natin. But first of all, I would like to greet everyone. Hello and good evening. Amaya, good evening. Hello, hello. Hi. We have Andy. Hi, good evening. Selena, good evening. Yes, you can submit it to me. Yan. Dan, Hare Krishna, hello. M, M. Jean, good evening, thank you. And Deshan, hi. Jeff, hello, hello. Mm, Jesse, and I shall visit you soon. I will be in Lipa again. I don't know kung mas malapit yata yung farm nyo or mas malayo. Let's see. Of course, Kael, hi. Si John Ray, hello. Marlene, hi, good evening. Mia, good evening. Maijo and Jumi, hello. Natasha, hi, hi. So, thank you pala for understanding. Minsan, nag-reply ako ng voicemail. Minsan, pag marami akong ginagawa, voicemail na lang. So, mag-asawa ka. I don't know kung kailan kayo mag-asawa sa boses ko, hanggang kailan yun. But yeah, thank you for tolerating. Hello, Pamay. Pamay ba? Tama ba yung pronunciation ko? Yan. Rob, hello. Thea, good evening. Tina, hi. Of course, back then, Krisha, hi. Welcome back to Earth. Ilang linggo ka ba sa La Union? Hindi ka na umalis doon. Keiko, hello. Back then, Maui, hi, hi. Back then, Milka. Navadiv Chandra, Prabhu. And those who just came, magandang gabi. And yeah, a few announcements. The slideshow, the keynotes, will be sent sa atin palagi sa ating group chat. So don't worry, hindi nyo kailangan copyan lahat, hindi nyo kailangan screen record pa kasi yung videos then of the recordings will be passed. So nilagay ko na doon sa record na natin ngayon. May nag-remind na sa akin. And of course, yung mga assignments, you could message me directly sa messenger o sa DM para mabasa ko rin yun. And I'll try my best to reply within the day or within the night. So let's begin kasi we are trying to encapsulate everything sa gabing ito. So if you wish pala to have the playlist, I could send you or I'll send it now. I'm playing something from Spotify. This is ISKCON Kirtan. Or I'm making another playlist pero hindi ako masipag magdagdag. This is Kirtan is the safest place. Kirtan is the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra using instruments, musical instruments. So this is what we call the Kirtan Yoga or the Yoga of Music Meditation. So dun pala sa mga habol for the class last night, half lang yung na-record natin for some reasons. But I forwarded yung first day nung previous batch so you can watch them para makaka-catch up kayo. But yeah, hopefully soon and dire-diretso na ma-record natin palagi. So, ano yung mood natin in studying the yoga philosophy? Sometimes we have this passionate mood. We want to conquer. We want to finish. We want to, like task, pwede mong checkan. In reading the Bhagavad Gita, ano ba yung right mood? This is not a mood of conquest, but in the mood of humility. That's why it is a request, not conquest. So we must always check our intention when we are doing our yoga asana, our meditation, or everyday errands, activities. Lalong-lalo na yung mga ating mga spiritual activities. We should always check the mood. Is it for our ego? Is it for our own benefit lang? Or we're working something beyond this egoistic or self-centered mind and um, intention natin. So the mood should be in the mood of request. That is why every night or every session natin, we will always recite invocation mantras. These are mantras respecting or giving obeisances sa ating mga teachers, because it is not for us to just gain or gain fame because of knowledge. This is to respect and give the credit sa mga teachers natin. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So these are Sanskrit words. It is the oldest language. So makikita nyo to sa introduction ng Bhagavad Gita. So sino dito nakapagbasa na ng Bhagavad Gita? You can raise your hand. Or nabuksan nyo na yung Bhagavad Gita ninyo. Okay, si Jeff. Si John? Sige. Sino natakot sa kapal ng Bhagavad Gita? Huwag kayo matakot dun sa thickness ng Bhagavad Gita. Don't worry. So, yung pagbasa ng Bhagavad Gita, it is not kuklose mo siya, lagay mo dyan, tapos ko na yung Bhagavad Gita. No. Bhagavad Gita would be read, would be relevant palagi sa atin. Even in my short period of time in this lifetime, I've been reading the Bhagavad Gita for almost 2 decades now, since when I was a teenager. Hindi pa pala 30, tama, teenager na yun. Lagi may bago. I've been teaching this workshop for many times already. Lagi may bago. I've been reading verses, teaching them for many times. Lagi may bago. It is always relevant. 5,000 years ago when it was, it happened, this Bhagavad Gita, relevant siya doon, relevant siya ngayon, and magiging relevant siya in the future generations. So that is the mood. Because of the teachers, we are getting this mood. We are getting the knowledge. And maraming version ng Bhagavad Gita, we will learn bakit ito yung importanteng version. So, for those who would just join tonight, I am Radha Charandas. I am so happy kasi yung iba sa inyo could pronounce my name correctly, smoothly, or gracefully pa. Radha Charandas. Dasa is servant. So, I'm your servant, Radha Charan. This is my service, trying to facilitate and share the knowledge, the wisdom that came from my teachers. So, welcome. And meron din tayo mga students from previous batch. Sila yung may VBA na prefix. This is called Braj Bhakti Academy. This is the whole community of those who practice or favorable or trying to learn Bhakti. So, Bhagavad Gita, as it is, this is the book ng ating yoga philosophy. Sino dito yung inaral yung Bhagavad Gita sa yoga teacher's training, sa school, or sa philosophy? Sino yung ma-experience sa Bhagavad Gita? Even different version. You can raise your hand. At least may idea. Okay. Kala ko talagang zero. But yeah, a lot of people are searching this Bhagavad Gita, pero they don't know. And kailangan nila ng teacher madalas. Bhagavad Gita is the book of yoga philosophy. Not just the yoga asanas, but also the whole yoga. The whole yoga system is described here. So, dadaanan natin yung mga yon. Pero, to be honest, this workshop, we will just scratch the surface. Yung ibabaw lang. Kasi it will take lifetime to understand this. So we cannot claim na naaral natin yung Bhagavad Gita. Alam na natin. There will be always something new. So understanding the philosophy, application in daily life, and of course, how to share with your friends, acquaintance, family, etc. Ito yung matutunan natin sa yoga philosophy. Paano yung application? Hindi lang to arm rest or mind gymnastic lang. Mag-flex lang tayo ng mga alam natin pero wala tayong galaw, walang application. We should apply it. And if we have something very important and a good news, gusto natin palagi i-share. So kaya yung iba sa inyo are friends from previous batches kasi they wanted to share yung knowledge na to. We will learn this. This topic is important. We will learn this or we will know the importance of this as we move forward. You just have to know how to share yoga philosophy, but it is applicable sa lahat ng gusto nating i-share. Whatever. Kung nasa marketing ka, advertisement ka, alam mo din to. Diba? So, it may be different terms. We must know the audience, ano yung needs, interest, and concerns nila. If kailangan ng isang bata matuto ng 1 plus 1, you cannot be bibo. Turuan mo siya mag-multiplication table. Or mag-cosine, maggamit ng scientific calculator. No, kailangan niya ng 1 plus 1. Ayun yung bibigay mo sa kanya. Sometimes people are sharing or oversharing. Or sometimes ego na yung nagsasalita kasi mas marami silang alam. So alam natin dapat kung sino yung kausap natin. Ano yung kailangan nila. Ano yung, hirap tagalogin, needs, interest, and concern. This, of course, in conversation, ganun din. So, it will make sense as we move forward. Sino yung favorite dito? Yung philosophy nung nasa school tayo. Sila Sigmund Freud. Sila si Jessie parang, no, hindi po. Di ba? Aside from mga figures na mga sculptures nila, parang nothing interesting. Yung mga teachers pa natin medyo hindi rin ganun ka, I don't know kung ano ginawa nila, bakit paano, hindi ko rin alam kung paano ako pumasa ng college sa philosophy na yan, pero wala akong naiintindihan. To be honest, philosophy should be, tinatawanan ko yung teacher when I said, philosophy for, yung major in philosophy is also different talaga siya. To be honest, some of the philosophers are working their way out or maybe just studying using mind, intelligence, at the same time ego. Pagalingan, di ba? Is to defeat. And most of the philosophers also, it's their career. Kailangan tumunog, pumutok yung pangalan nila sa society, especially dati, di ba? Pag philosopher ka. Ang problema, it is very boring. Di ba? Philosophy should be used and also scrutinized, pero marirelate natin sa buhay natin. Madaming philosophical terminologies, at the same time, mga quotations, diba? Naging poster, naging meme na rin siya, na just paikot-ikot lang. Flowery words. Does it make sense? Minsan. Yung iba, oo lang ng oo, para kunyari malalim, diba? Agree lang sila ng agree. But in application, paano ma-apply sa buhay mo yun? So, we will study the yoga philosophy. Hindi tayo magpapakalalim lang dito or magpapagalingan. We will try to go deep at the same time, mahatak yon sa daily lives natin. Makita yung practicality. Makita yung relevance sa buhay natin. That is the yoga philosophy. So, in philosophy, there should be something or tool para maintindihan natin. Magbibigay ng example. Example, sinabi sa Bhagavad Gita, there are 8,400,000 species of life. Ang dami nun. So, walang newly discovered or walang madidefeat na dito yung sinabi ni theory of evolution from mga monkey species daw yung mga tao or from water species daw. So, it will be defeated. Kasi theory lang yon, even yung mga students nila, dinebunk na yung mga theory ng mga teachers nila because it is just a theory. So, meron na talaga 8,400,000 species of life. Nakasulat na yun sa ancient scriptures. Yung iba hindi natin nakikita. The depth of the ocean, depth of the forest, diba? Yung mga caves, iba-iba yon. Or in different planets. We don't know. So, may mga lifelong questions regarding aliens. Diba? Masyado lang, masyado lang ginamit na as mga parang geek yung alien na word. But we will learn about this. The angels and demons, those who are living sa mga ibang planetary systems. The humans in this earth are so proud. Feeling nila sila lang yung nabubuhay. Sila lang yung may karapatan. Sila lang, how do you call this? May privilege to live. Not knowing, di ba sinasabi nila, paano walang mabubuhay sa ibang planets kasi walang oxygen? They are basing their knowledge according to their experience, which is very little. So, just like the philosophy, we should use this example. Kunyari, tanggalin mo yung fish sa ocean, sa water. Offera mo siya ng magagandang bagay. Bigyan mo siya ng iPhone 13, di ba, ng iWatch, lahat ng Apple products, kumpletuhin mo sa fish na yon. Will he be satisfied? No. Kasi he is not in the water. Nandun siya sa air. Pwede mo sabihin, hindi, ako nga nabubuhay. No, hindi mo pwedeng ipareho. So, same thing with the other species. Ganun din. At the same time, another analogy with that is, kahit anong material ibigay dun sa fish na yon, if he is not in his real space, hindi siya magiging masaya. So, sometimes, kahit anong marating natin sa buhay, hindi tayo naging masaya kasi it is not really meant for us. So, ito mga to, examples to, ay naging analogy na rin siya. Para maintindihan natin yung philosophy. Gets? So, gumagamit ng ganito sa Bhagavad Gita, especially sa purports, para maintindihan natin yung philosophy. Like analogy, just like this. Sino dito yung araw-araw naliligo? Wala nagkataas ng kamay. You can raise your hand. Sino yung araw-araw naliligo? And araw-araw nagkapalit ng damit? No judgment. You can be honest. Kung hindi talaga. Let's see. Malapit na mag-half. Yung iba talaga hindi. No judgment pa rin. Don't worry. Yung Filipinos, medyo hygienic. Kasi pag lalabas sila, laging naliligo, di ba? I don't know, nagkataka ako sa mga movies, di ba? Pag gising nila, mag-toothbrush lang ng walang toothpaste. Tapos, di ba? Or para sa eksena lang yon. Tapos papasok na sa school. In real life, ganun ba talaga? But of course, in other countries, talaga meron talaga nag-shower, ganun. Or nagkapalit ng damit. So, an analogy, if the clothes are already soiled, pinapalitan na siya. Pag nagamit mo na siya, madumi na siya, you remove it, you'll wear something fresh. Hindi na ibig sabihin new. Something fresh, bagong laba. Similarly, ito ang analogy. Mostly ginagamitan ng word na similarly. Similarly, when the body is old, the organs is not functioning, the soul will leave the body and have another body next life. Kasi hindi nagka-function eh. Ayaw na gumana ng kidneys, diba? Ayaw na gumana ng yung heart, nahihirapan na. Yung mga veins, pumuputok na. So, nagets niyo yung analogy? So, give yung philosophy ng soul is different from the body. So, binigyan siya ng analogy na like the shirt, pwede mong palitan pag hindi mo na mapakinabangan or madumi na. Same thing with this body. Pag luma na siya, you have to change it. Of course, story, ginagamit to give philosophy. Just like this Bhagavad Gita, the story of this is coming from Krishna, the source. Time immemorial, walang makakapagsabi kung kailan yun, pero napakatagal. Yung simula ng creation. He gave this to the sun god, Vivashvan. So yung mga nag-Surya Namaskar, you're not just worshipping the sun as Namaskar, as paying obeisances. He received the knowledge and he passed it down sa teacher, sa student niya, and pinasa uli sa student niya, and pinasa sa student niya hanggang umabot ulit sa generation natin. That is the Bhagavad Gita. Ayun yung story. So, to know yung philosophy that this Bhagavad Gita is ancient, really old, or the oldest, binigay yung story, which is the pastime or true. In Sanskrit, it is Leela. So, this tool will make yung philosophy easier to understand. Hindi para matakot tayo or how do you call this? Maging resistant lang tayo sa philosophy kasi boring nga naman ng mga ibang pinag-usapan. Para rin maging mas madali yung ating mga sessions, we use acronyms per sessions, or not all, most of the sessions. So we will have per chapters. The Bhagavad Gita have 18 chapters and may introduction na napakaiksi. 30 pages lang naman. So yung sinasabing story from Krishna, he passed it down sa mga naging student and yung ibang student naging teacher. You can open your Bhagavad Gita if you have it. You can show it to me nga, patingin sa camera. Open it sa introduction. Sa end of introduction, mostly nasa 31 o 31 na page yun. Makita mo yung last page nun, may number. May naka-elaborate. Nakita mo? Patingin nga, nakita mo? Yung last nung introduction. Yes, that is a number. So, ito yung story nun. Kung paano na-pass down yung knowledge, yung Bhagavad Gita, papunta sa atin. So, sila lang yung prominent. Hindi sila yung per detail na pinagpasahan. Sila yung mga prominent na mga teachers. At the same time, mas matagal yung life nila dati. Hindi katulad natin, 100 years maximum mostly. So, ayun yung story. So, I would advise for everyone to read at least yung preface and introduction. And if you move forward, sige, tingin nyo Natasha, saka si Jessie, tingnan mo yung Bhagavad Gita, makikita mo may Devanagari. I'll get my Bhagavad Gita. May nagkatanong pala kung fake yung background ko. This is yung ashram dito sa temple. So, yan. The Bhagavad Gita, makikita mo. Meron, oh yes. Yan. This is chapter 1. So, if we say 1.1, chapter 1, verse 1. So, you can see the title of the chapter. And also, may Sanskrit na lettering. This is called Devanagari. Deva is the gods and the language of the gods. So, pag pumunta ka naaral mo yung Devanagari, pumunta ka sa heavenly planets, nakusap yung mga demigods or yung mga alien. Ganito sila magsalita. Of course, yung Devanagari was translated sa Roman letters. Yung mabasa natin, may ABCD. Yan. Pero may mga, I forgot, yung mga sign doon para yung mga vowels. May long A. I forgot the term. Then, word for word translation. Tapos yung nakabold, that is the translations. I would request everyone to read at least yung translations ng buong Bhagavad Gita. Per text, babasahin mo lang yung mga translations. Yung lahat na nakabold. So you would know also the flow of the story. The flow of the Bhagavad Gita. But if you're a reader, or you could try, you can read yung purports din. Ito yung medyo mahaba. Explanation ng verse na yon. Yung translation na yon. Or, you can read all the verses, translation. Pero pag may nakita ka napakaganda, like I was explaining to Jean, kay Marjorie, like, you can open 6.6, chapter 6, verse 6. You can type ko anong number. Sino ba yung makakita ng number? No! Si Jeff. 6.6 is page 200. If you have this version of the Bhagavad Gita, yung yellow one. 262. Bandur atmatmanastasya yanatmait maiva vatmana jitaha anatmanas tu satrutve vartatatmaiva satrubhat. Translation, yung bold letter. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So this is explaining the mind. This explain the mental challenges natin. Depression and anxiety. So, sino magkasabi nun? Sino yung magdi-declare nun? The mind. So, it could be your worst enemy. Sino dito minsan nag-aaway sa boardroom yung mind? Di ba? Sarili mo na lang nagtatalo pa, di ba? Exercise ba ngayon o hindi? Or mag-snooze ba ako? Gagawin ko ba to? Hindi. Di ba minsan nagkatalo sila dyan? Tapos, nananalo yung may hindi magandang suggestion. So, that is the mind. So, if you like this, you can read the purports. Oh, ang ganda nito. I want to learn much more. So, that's the Bhagavad Gita. We will learn much more and hold on to this palagi. Some from previous previous batches, I've asked them to read just the translations, yung naka-bold letter, pero nag-enjoy sila. They read cover to cover. And yes, sure enough, you will learn much in this book. So ito yung translation yung acronym natin for today. Intro. Kasi we will discuss the introduction. So yung buong letters, yung mga letters dito sa intro, the 5 letters na to, we will discuss. So, this is Harinam, Sankirtan. Kanina, di-discuss natin Kirtan, chanting of Mahamantra with music. The Harinam, they go out in parade. They bring the festival, the party in the streets. So, it's happening always, everywhere. And even now, happening sa Ukraine, nakita ko yung mga videos of the temples doon, yung mga monks doon. They're chanting sa mga underground na mga areas nila doon. They gather all the people, they meditate. This is their shelter. Letter I natin is in line with the cyclic succession, or the Sanskrit term is parampara. Ano tong in line with the cyclic succession? Just like yung nakita natin doon sa end of introduction page, part ng Bhagavad Gita. Your teacher should have a teacher. And that teacher should have a teacher. And should have a teacher hanggang umabot dun sa source. Hindi siya pwedeng inimbento lang. Nowadays, everything around us is always composed of people's opinion. I thought of this. May na-vision ako. May napaniginipan ako. So I'll write it down. I'll make my own religion. I am this. I am God. Punta ka lang sa Quiapo, ang daming God doon. Daming incarnation ni Jesus Christ doon, di ba? Tapos pagtapos, kailangan nila kumain or magkapa-check up sila ng ngipin kasi masakit. They could not be God and have a toothache. O kaya magkapanggap silang God with all the white hair, napapanot na rin sila, with all the beard, tapos matanda itsura nila. They could not be God. God is always beautiful. So, this is not blind following study of the yoga philosophy. It is not based on opinions or speculations. We will try to study from authentic source. Authentic source means may teacher yung teachers. And legit yung, word na legit, legitimate or genuine yung study. So that's very important. That is called parampara. And part of those who are continuing this parampara is the ISKCON, or International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And ano tong nasa baba? This is called Praman, or authorities. This is Guru, Sadhu, and Sastra. Radhacharan ano tong mga tong Sanskrit terms na yan. Don't worry. Madali lang tong mga to. Guru, just like the Filipino word, teacher. So a philosophy, yoga philosophy, should be taught or should be ma-check, agreed upon ng mga gurus. Sadhus is the saintly persons, those who are studying the scriptures. And Sastra is the scriptures. So ito yung pan-check and balance ng mga bagay-bagay, ng mga knowledge. Kailangan agree yung tatlong to. One could not manufacture. Madaming ganun ngayon. You can just go to a library or books, mga bookshops. How to do this, how to do that. Lahat opinions nila. And people are always misled, misguided Just like now. Ang daming pseudo leaders, pseudo teachers, pseudo gurus. And our lives, gulo-gulo. Ano yung nangyayari? They fight with each other like the war. Sad but true, it's happening. So this is the Praman. This is our guide in learning the yoga and meditation. So, and yung letter I, in line with disciplic succession. Letter N natin, ano yung intention natin palagi? It is not a competition. Si Jessie, hindi niya competition si Natasha or si M. So, wala tayo sa normal world na lahat may competition. Sports, yes, it is good, but it is based on competition. It's not bad, these sports. Pero the rest of the things na nangyayari sa paligid natin, pagalingan. So, work, di ba? Sa career ladder. Sometimes, if may bad intention, may mga ill wishes na nangyayari or activities, di ba? Kailangan mong, yung iba, sisiraan. Di ba? Sino na-experience dito, sinisiraan sila? Kahit di nila kilala yun or hindi kayo kilala. For what reason? We don't know. Because they're envious. So, sad but true nangyayari siya. School, sa work, di ba? Yung mga marites na kapitbahay. For what reason? Enviousness. So, this community is a safe space. And we want to keep this as a non-envious community. There's no competition. You can compete with your own self para ma-improve mo yung sarili mo. Pero yung nakikita mo mga classmates mo, yung nakikita mo dito sa call na to, they're all your spiritual squad. Your tribe, spiritual tribe. In line with disciplic succession. So the right mood natin is the mood of surrender. Yung in-explain natin kanina, the mood of humility. We are not competing with each other. Some of us, when we start the practice of spirituality, dire-diretso. Yung iba, one step at a time. Yung iba, they started previously. So ngayon, kinukontinue lang nila. And yung iba, they started previous lives. Kinukontinue nila ngayon. Kaya mas natural. Pero yung mood natin, hatakan tayo. Hindi pa hatakan pababa. Hatakan tayo towards the practice of spirituality. Encouragements. So I would expect everyone to have this mood, non-envious mood, and the mood of encouragement sa bawat isa. So diniscuss din to sa introduction ng Bhagavad Gita. Transcendentalists. Letter T natin sa intro. So may mga different transcendentalists kaagad. Transcend is a term going beyond. Transcend. Hindi ko alam bakit transcend yung name brand ng memory card. Baka kasi mabilis. But to go beyond, di ba? To go beyond. To go outside. So, diniscuss natin last time merong material meditation. So, wala na siya rito. Kasi ang tinatranscend niya yung material realm. Dito, these are the practices that are who wants to go beyond. There are the impersonalist or Gyani. So like si Lord Buddha, he's an impersonalist. He preaches, he teaches voidness, nothingness. Ahimsa, he teaches that. So originally, the mga Buddhists, they are vegetarians because they live by the teachings of Buddha of ahimsa or non-violence. But now, I think hindi na lahat. Meron na lang mga genuine Buddhists who are practicing this. But their philosophy is impersonalist. We have these traits, mga traits na to, and may mga remnants to sa mga practices natin. Di ba, when we pray, or even sa movies, di ba, laging light. Yung supreme ilaw lang, nasisilaw lang sila. Or love and light, di ba, mga bati ng mga tao ngayon. Or the universe. Universe, inarrange to sa, arrangement ng universe to. Yeah. Hanggang minsan nagiging sobrang cheesy na. Pero, same. Walang pangalan. A general term. The Om na word is a general term. Om, di ba may nag-meditate ng ganon. This is a general, like a mister. Di ba? Hindi mo alam yung name. Of the Supreme, of course. Yung Om, ito, may Om ako dito na sticker. Yan, yung Om. So, we will learn, sino ba yung Om na yon? Ano yung pangalan niya? So, impersonalists, wala silang mga pangalan. Yung meditation nila, nothingness. Meditator, yogi. Ito yung second one. Sila rin nagka-practice ng Ashtanga Yoga. And mysticism. So, nakukuha nila yung mga mystic powers na yun. They could read mind, they could see auras. They could be smallest than the smallest. Hindi nila kailangan ng load saka mag-text kasi kaya nila mag-mental telepathy. So, ito yung mga yogis. So, they could have these mystic powers. But there is the devotee or bhakta. They're the one who are the personalist. Diba discuss natin yesterday? Those who wants to connect with their own selves to other souls and to the Supreme. That is why they are chanting the names or the mantras. So, don't be overwhelmed. I-discuss natin palagi itong mga to as we study the Bhagavad Gita. But now, good to know, may mga transcendentalists. And below that ay yung mga meditating on the material realm. So, sila yung going above. Sa letter R natin for the intro, maraming nagtanong na ito. I mean, lifelong question nila to. This is the real position. Intro. Comfort. Ito na yung mga soul searching. Sino ba ako? Di ba? Lahat na lang may crisis. Identity crisis, quarter life crisis, half life crisis. Di ba? Lahat na lang hindi natin malaman kung anong gagawin natin. Ang tagal naman sa work, parang hindi ako masaya na dito. Gusto ko lumipat. Di ba? Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung position natin. Ano yung purpose natin. So, sino yung may question na gano'n sa buhay nila? You can raise your hand. Patingin nga, sino may ganitong question? Sino ba tayo? There's a number of students na may ganito. This was my question also when I was younger. Madami akong question pag ako yung gumawa ng assignment ninyo na lifelong question, ang dami kong questions ng bata ako. But yeah, that's one. To know the real position. Sinasabi ito, servant. And yes, that is the Dharma. Dharma is not religion. Dharma is the constitutional position. Example, ito yung philosophy yung ginagamit natin, di ba? For example, or analogy. Yung fire, ang dharma niya maging hot. Di mo matanggal yung pagiging hot ng fire. Pwede siya maging warm pag medyo lumalayo ka, pero hot talaga yung fire. Another analogy, yung water, hindi mo matanggal yung pagiging wet niya. Pag nilagay mo siya sa low temperature, magiging ice siya. Hindi siya yung original constitutional position. Pag pumunta siya sa right temperature, mag-melt siya. Kasi yun yung real dharma niya. Yung dharma ng up, down. Sila, yung band, arp down. Ayaw ko ayun yung, yung peg nila doon. But that's the dharma, di ba? Ano yung real position. So that's the analogy. So ito yung ginagamit natin yung analogy. Similarly, yung dharma ng isang individual, ng isang soul, is to become a servant. Paano yung Radhachara? Hindi naman ako never naging servant. Meron kaming helper when I was growing up. Instant boss ako. Diba? So, or if one is working, meron kang someone higher. Hindi naman boss nga ako sila nga yung nagkatrabaho para sa akin. Pero pag uwi nila, pagkatapos ng sweldo, kaninong bibigay yung sweldo? Sa wife. So, he's serving the wife. Sino yung hiling na pasalubong? Yung mga anak. You're serving your children. Diba, merong mga kumukuha ng mga dogs. Diba yung dogs, mga bantay sila. Pero hindi sila makaalis. Diba? Kailangan nila maghanap ng magbabantay sa dog nila. Baligtad na sa mga dog. Sino dito may mga pet? Tapos pag-aalis ka mo problema. Kasi sino kailangan pag-iwanan ng dog? Sino mo pwede mag-babysit na sa dog ko? Diba? We're serving the pets. Imagine that. Ang hirap nun di ba? May dog ako dati rin. So, I know where you're coming from. Sa umaga, kailangan mo sila i-walk para mag-defecate sila, mag-poop sila. Diba? Pag sila, istorbohin ka nila, kailangan mo palabasin. Tapos, kailangan mo silang pagandaan ng food nila. Mas madalas sila magpa-check up kaysa sa tao. Diba? Maraming anti-vaccine pero yung dog nila pinapabakunahan. We are servants of our dogs. Dog God nga, di ba? Pag binaligtad mo yung God dog. So, same thing. We are servants. Sige, ganito na. Meron pa rin akong servant na nag-aalaga sa mga dogs ko. Or, I'm a king, an emperor. Di ba? Ako na yung pinakamataas. One, na sa ganung position, still is serving his senses. They work for the sense of taste nila. Para makakain sa masarap na mga restaurants. Di ba may ganun nag-work? To travel, to see the world. To sense ng sight nila. Or to hear mga concert, magagandang music. Or to see arts, mga galleries, museums. Or minsan, or madalas, yung mga tao, nabubuhay lang sila for sex. Ito yung goal of life nila. Chasing, di ba? Kailangan nilang lahat ng activity nila to attract or to perform or to have multiple partners, di ba? Yung mga nag-bar hop or nagiging yung mga alam mo yung mga typical cool kids sa mga school or mga barkadahan. Dito always talking about yung dates nila or yung mga lalaki, ilang beses nila na-date to. Nagiging, bago silang term, may body count or nagiging trophy nila pag alam mo yun, nagets yung tumatakbo sa consciousness ng mga tao. It's always about this. Sige, galito na lang. May superhero ng mga movie. Hindi nawawala yung sex scene. Lahat, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng movie, di ba? Kailangan lagyan ng sex scene. Kasi they're serving that sense of sex. So, servant pa rin tayo. Hindi natin maalis yun because that is our dharma to be a servant. Religion, otherwise, I'm sorry to say, allergic yung mga tao dito because of the hypocrisy ng mga nangyari previously. I grew up in a Catholic environment, in a super Catholic school, diba? In a seminary. I was really active when I was younger. But I was not a good boy. I learned a lot. Most of the kalokohan na natutunan ko, galing sa mga friends ko na seminarista. So, hindi ko nila lahat as general. Pero may mga ganitong experiences, diba? In all, yung ibang religion, they're starting war. So, allergic na tayo rito sa word na to. So, basically, yung mga sectarian groups and all, it is based on faith. Madalas, blind faith. And faith changes. But it is very good. Hindi sinasabi na one religion is best or better or yung tama lang. The rest, yung mga legit talaga, are really good if they will just follow it. If they will just read the scriptures. Ayun yung religion. But dharma or the spirituality is different. Kahit sino ka pa, kahit nasa animal body ka pa, or tree ka pa, nasa tree ng body ka, may dharma ka. May kailangan kang position. It is to serve different ways. So the goal ng yoga philosophy is to reawaken our relationship with the self, others, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kasi nakalimutan natin to. Kaya we are lost. Diba? Hindi tayo marunong makipag-connect sa ibang souls. We don't know. Diba? May social anxiety na rin tayo because of being impersonal dahil sa technology. Ang hirap na. Walang emoji sa real life eh. Diba? Ang sarap eh. Ang sarap pag nag-chat kayo, para daming emoji to express yourself. Diba? Ang hirap i-put into words. Sa real life, walang ganon. So, nakakalimutan natin. But wala namang masama. We're using that. I'm always chatting with my students. Pero we want to reawaken sa sarili din natin. Hindi na tayo connected. When we're chanting, di ba minsan ang dami distraction kasi we're disconnected sa sarili mismo natin. Lalo na sa iba and lalo na sa Supreme. Reawaken means andyan na siya. You just have to awaken it. So that's the process of our meditation. That is the goal. And the yoga philosophy study. So last letter, letter O. Perfect timing. Ocean of mercy. I've mentioned before that this world is not a paradise. Sabi na, di talaga ako motivational speaker. So, it's not a paradise. Yeah. Don't, I'm saying this because it is very true. It is just toxic positivity para imagine ng tao na paradise to. Ano makukuha mo? Frustrations. To be honest, just observe around. We have three kinds of miseries. Ito yung example. May miseries coming from nature. Hindi mo maiwasan yon. Calamities na mga thunderstorms, bumabaha, floods, di ba? Landslides, avalanche, volcano eruptions, earthquakes, diba? Extreme heat. Nag-suffer yung mga tao dito, yung mga animals, di ba? Forest fires, yung mga natural forest fires. Those are calamities or miseries coming from nature. We have also the second one, miseries coming from other living entities. Humans pa to, yung kapitbahay mo, pinagsalita or yung mga loved ones mo na pinagsalita ka na masama, or your friends, your fake friends, na binibetray ka. Diba? Or yung mga chismosa lang sa kapitbahay. Even the words are very painful. What more pa yung physical. Ganun din sa mga other living entities. A little mosquito could give you dengue or malaria. A little virus, di ba? Pintay sa ganitong situation, pandemic. So we have miseries coming from other living entities. The last one, there are miseries coming from our own self. If hindi ka magkasundo sa mind mo, your mind is your worst enemy. Diba? All the doubts, all the overthinking, all the anxieties, all the depression, you can always spiral down doon sa darkness na yun. But, bakit Ocean of Mercy? Because we have this Bhagavad Gita to understand. We have the saintly persons, the teachers, para maintindihan natin. Para maintindihan natin yung mga nangyayari. Knowledge could give us the light. Knowledge could give us the strength. Pag di mo naintindihan, yeah, just like anxiety, fear of the unknown. Like death. Di ba merong lifelong question about death? We will talk a lot about death. Sino ba nakatakas sa death? Sabi sa Bhagavad Gita, when one is born, death is sure. The question is, kailan? And walang nakakaalam. It could be 7 minutes, 7 months, 7 hours, 7 years, or fraction of a second. So, ang tanong, anong gagawin mo? So, Ocean of Mercy, kasi we have this tool to understand life. We have the teachers to guide us. The tanong na lang, ano yung right, sino yung mga right teachers na yun, sino yung right, ano yung mga right na scriptures and books na makapag-guide sa atin. So the question here is how to be a student of Bhagavad Gita. If you have these questions before, who am I? Why these things are happening to me? I'm a good person, bakit may mga nangyayaring ganito? Or I'm a bad person. Yung ibang tao, bad person sila, but parang napakaswerte nila. Bakit na nangyari yun? Diba? Ano yung swerte? Ano yung fate? Ano yung fortune? Ano yung malas? Yung fate ba sa yung destiny? Paano magagawa yun? Paano yung hard work? So if you have these questions, you are the perfect student of Bhagavad Gita. So that is intro. In line with disciplic succession, ang daming tao naliligaw and wasting their time for such things. There are pseudo-gurus, and we don't want to waste time, years of our lives, to follow just a trend or a lifestyle or the words from someone who speculated things. Tapos matutunan mo, hindi pala talaga. So you want an authentic one, then doon madi-develop yung faith, hindi blind faith. So, disciplic succession is the way para malaman natin yung ano totoo. Paano to? Analogy, gusto mo malaman kung sino yung tatay mo. Sino yung best way para tatanungin mo kung sino yung tatay mo? Hindi ka pwede mag-tweet lang naman. Sino ba yung dad ko? Tanungin mo yung nanay mo, di ba? Ask your mom. Siya yung makakasagot. Hopefully, alam niya. Pero parang ganito. Para malaman mo yung source mo, sa kanang galing, ask yung teacher mo. Na may teacher na umabot dun sa source. connected. Hindi siya parang, nagpunta ako na vision ko to, na-realize ko to, napanaginipan ko, or sumagi dun sa trip ko habang nagka-psychedelic ako, or mga natural na mga, it is just speculation. Sometimes, nagiging tama yon, like the astrology, kapag na-base nila sa scriptures. Kasi sa scriptures, andun din yung mga planets, computation, di ba? So, we can discuss about all of this also. Non-enviousness, our mood. Ano yung mood natin? Encouragement. Non-competitiveness. Hatakan tayo, and we will look after each other. It is not a competition na pagalingan. We are in different phases ng ating journey. It will be nice if may mga kasalubong ka and may gentle push and inspiration. Hindi yung, alam mo yun, mararamdaman mo na they don't care. So this is the mood of our community. Transcendentalists, sila yung going beyond. May mga impersonal, those who wants to be mystics, and those who wants to practice the yoga of love, bhakti. The real position, you can type. Ano yung real position natin? So, kailangan alam ito. Type nyo sa chat box natin. What's our real position? What's our dharma? Yes, yes, yes. Now, try to observe sa paligid mo. And just like love, di ba? You're trying to serve. The question is, kanino ka mag-serve? Sa may bibigay yun. So, we will try to learn much more about this. To be a servant, thank you very much. So, we will not forget this. This is not out of, being a slave. No, it's very different. Service is with the right intention. And also of mercy because we have tools. Just like your phone, if you buy your phone, may kasamang manual. And the Bhagavad Gita is the manual of life. The start of the creation, andyan na yung Bhagavad Gita. To know kung paano ka mag-troubleshoot, na-depress ka, anxiety ka, nalilito ka, ang gagawin mo sa buhay, anong dapat mong gawin. Diba? May mga deaths na nangyayari sa paligid natin or you're approaching that. Ano yung dapat mong gawin? Ano yung dapat nangyayari? Ano yung meditation mo? If you're working, paano mo ma-maintain yung balance ng spirituality in your material life, your relationship? That is the manual of life. That is the Bhagavad Gita. So, Bhagavad Gita as it is, because maraming version ng Bhagavad Gita, they tried to translate it, pero sila yung mga author lang. I'm not discrediting yung mga author. What I mean is, hindi sila connected dun sa study. Wala silang teacher. Hindi sila nagka-practice. They just want to translate. And it's a big money kasi everyone wants to learn Bhagavad Gita. But when you translate it without really knowing it, hindi natin maintindihan na maayos because they don't practice it. And they don't have a teacher, so nag-speculate lang sila. So pagkakita mo doon, yung Battle of Kurukshetra, yung battlefield nila is the body. But if you go to the field na Kurukshetra, may ganun talagang lugar. You can search. Makikita mo sa Google Maps. So matitrace nila. May mga documentaries, they want to prove na hindi lang siya myth, yung Mahabharata, yung Bhagavad Gita, na nangyari siya. So, yung mga nasa scriptures, natitrace nila and they get the fossils. Tama yun, 5,000 years and all. The kingdom, kung saan nangyari. So, as it is, because it was translated by Srila Prabhupada, the author, nakikita niyo sa baba. He is also a teacher. May teacher din siya. Kasama siya sa disciplic succession. So, we're learning from the right source. And he also practices this. And he's also teaching this. So, authentic siya. That is why, when the Bhagavad Gita was translated sa English language, until now, it was being distributed by millions. Di ba sa sa lahat na lang New York bestseller, di ba? Lahat ng book. Pero this one, makikita niyo yung mga previous printing and distribution. So, sobrang dami and different versions. Until now, millions of books have been distributed and studied. And ano yung effectivity nun? Ano yung measurement? A lot of them have practiced bhakti, really understood the Bhagavad Gita. That is why Bhagavad Gita as it is. Srila Prabhupada, sabi niya doon sa preface and sa introduction, his only credit is that he did not change the Bhagavad Gita according to his opinion. It is based from the Guru, Sadhu, and Sasha, the teachers, the saintly persons, and yung scriptures mismo. So that is our yoga philosophy session for today. Introduction pa lang tayo. Don't worry. And it will be much more fruitful next time. Assignment. Kailangan nyo humabol kasi matatambakan kayo ng assignment. Pero Monday to Thursday lang naman tayo. Of course, sa Friday, Saturday, Sunday, may mga movie, may film review tayo. May mga activity rin that you will have to connect with each other or connect with me. Pero ito muna. Sa introduction, you will see the 5 relationship with Krishna. Yung number 1 na question. Napakadali niyan. Makikita mo kagad yan. And number 2, how to study Bhagavad Gita. Makikita mo to sa 1.1 or chapter 1, verse 1, purport. How to study Bhagavad Gita. So sa purport mo siya hanapin. Yan. This is the assignment. And this is Srila Prabhupada. So, sakto 8 o'clock na. We will not chant today. Sino pala dito yung nakapag-chant ngayong araw? You can raise your hand sa tawag dito, reactions, para makita ko kung ilan. Oy, madami. Sige. Raise your hands. Pag heart nawawala daw eh. Kailangan raise your hands para ma-maintain. Or pwedeng dalawa. Yan. Okay, almost all are kasama sa sa challenge. If not, please do so tonight. Habol kayo. Again, if you don't have a beads yet, you can still chant para makasabay ka pa. When I'm traveling sa China, it's a communist country. We don't travel with this. So, huwag niyo kayo susumbong. Naka-record pa ba tayo? Huwag niyo kami susumbong. They don't like the practice of spirituality. Dapat pala mag-Tagalog ako. Hindi nila gusto yung mag-practice ng spirituality. So, kami, incognito, naka-disguise kami, naka-yoga attire lang kami doon. But a lot of them are really thirsty, hungry sa practice of spirituality kasi they're being controlled. So, when we go there, we cannot bring the beads, diba? Nakatago yung hair namin sa likod as a monk. Hindi kami naka-wear ng dhoti, ng mga robes. And even the chanting beads, hindi namin pwede dalhin. What we do is we have the counter. Alam mo yung mga gwardiya sa mall? Nag-iba lang sila mga pumapasok sa lumalabas. Ayoko dalhin nyo kasi ang laki. Saka, parang gwardiya ako dito. So, I use my phone as my counter. Pwede ka mag-download ng app na counter para mabilang mo yung chant mo. 1 round is 108. Pag nag-work ka, naboboring sa work mo, pwede ka mag-chant doon. So parang tuwan-tuwa ako sa mask kasi yung mga student, yung mga nagka-practice, they could chant na hindi nahalata. So you can do, if wala ka pang beats, you can chant using your phone. So walang makakapigil. That is determination. Many reasons will be there, many ways para hindi mo ituloy, many ways para hindi ka mag-move forward sa journey mo. Ang daming old habits that dies hard na magmamanifest sa harapan mo pag gusto mo maging seryoso. Daming barkadang gusto magyaya ng inuman, party and all, para ma-distract ka. I'm not saying na hindi mo na sila gawing friends, pero minsan yung iba magiging distractions natin. The mind, of course. Determination should be there. Steadfastness. Lalong-lalo na sa practice ng spirituality. And if you're practicing spirituality, I'm pretty sure a lot of challenges will be there. Kasama yun sa flavor. So I'm just gonna explain yung meaning ng Maha Mantra so you can at least know. Sakto 8 o'clock na. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Krishna is the name of the Supreme. So pinag-usapan natin kanina, sino ba yung Om? Nasa Bhagavad Gita rin, I am Om, the syllable Om, sabi ni Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Ibig sabihin ng Krishna, all attractive one. So, dissect din natin next time yung Supreme Personality of Godhead. But just to see, He's a person, personality. Hindi siya light, hindi siya wala. But supreme person siya. May itsura siya, may pangalan siya. Godhead, because He's the source of everyone, even the demigods, and even the other incarnations. So we will learn this. Hare is the energy of Krishna, Radharani. So nandito galing yung name ko, si Srimati Radharani. She's a person also. Siya yung feminine energy ni Krishna, yung partner niya. So God is a woman. And also God is black. So Radharani. And everything is composed of energy. Yeah. But of course, the source of the energy is Krishna. Rama is also a name of Krishna and also incarnation of Krishna. Ramachandra, di ba? Sa school, meron tayong Sita Rama. That's Rama. Or yung brother ni Krishna, pangalan Balarama. Is the reservoir of all pleasure. Lahat ng nararamdaman natin, galing kay Krishna. The bliss, the joy. That's why when we're chanting, we're at peace, we're blissful. Sa kanya galing emotions lahat. Nararamdaman natin. Yung love na gusto natin maramdaman. Sa kanya galing yun. The meaning of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, yung sinachant natin, na Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It means, O Krishna, the Supreme, O Radhe, Hara, or Radharani, O Radhe, the energy of Krishna, O Rama, the reservoir of all pleasure, please engage me in bhakti or devotional love unto you. So we want to be connected. That's why, yung word na yoga ginagamit. Meaning ng yoga is to link, to connect. So this is your connection to the Supreme, to yourself, and to others. Na Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. I will forward this as a PDF later sa ating group chat. So you will have this copy ng class na to. And before tayo pumunta sa questions and answers, again, those na hindi pa napag-chant today, habol kayo later tonight. Bago tayo mag-question and answer, you can open your camera. Picture muna tayo. And those who wants to remain, of course, could remain later para sa questions and answers. Hello. Nice to see everyone. So you can open your cameras. Si Majo sa si Jumi nag-open ng camera. Tonight, titingnan natin kung mag-open sila ngayon. Hi. Ayan sila Carl, si Marja, si Kalot. So, eyes in the camera, you can smile. Yes, nag-open sila. Sorry yourselves. Hello. I'm G. So, count of 3, smile in the camera. 1, 2, 3. You can do your pranams. 1, 2, 3. My soul brothers and soul sisters, my dear ones, thank you very much for this session. Nasa introduction pa lang tayo. Marami tayong papag-usapan. And those who wants to remain for the questions and answers or reflection for tonight's sessions, you can remain. If you wish to carry on with your night, kung may mga kailangan kayong alagaan, pakainin dyan, please do so. But the best way to share these learnings natin palagi, lagi natin dandaan is through actions. You're gonna just spread it everywhere, not all already. Tawag namin doon, di lahat hinog, di lahat ng soul hinog. So this, yung connection, it is easy kapag sa same vibration ka ng grupo. But the best way to share this is through our actions as we learn. So thank you very much, Amaya, Andy, Selena M, Erica, Jean, hi, thank you very much, good night. Jeff, Jesse, John, JP, Kael, nasan si Kael? Yan. JP, hello, Marge and Kaloy, hi. Marlene, hi. Mia, Miji, Maijo, and Jumi. Natasha, Nisi, and John, Pame, Rob, Rochi. Nasaan si Rochi? Hello. Steve, Thea, Tina, Dan, Krisha, Keiko, Maui, Milka, Navadit, Chandra, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much and good night. Please tag me sa mga posts ninyo. And those who wants to remain for the question and answer or some reflections, you can remain. Those who wants to do so, thank you very much and good night. So you can raise your hand if you wish to ask some question by Erica. And if you want to type then, pwede rin naman. Tingnan natin kung maraming questions sa batch na to. Sa previous batch, sobrang daming questions sila. So, pwede naman correlated sa topic kanina, or pwede namang hindi. Or minsan, i-discuss pa lang natin. May mga bitin din na question. So, I will allow everyone to. Yan. Pwede kayo mag-unmute if you wish to, or you can raise your hand, or you can type. Meron ba ako na-miss na mga type kanina? Ito. Women's Day pala ngayon. Tayo sa Women's Day. Yes. We will learn the importance of women. Lalong-lalo na if you ask, may tumatawag sa akin na Prabhu, or makita nyo Mataji yung tawag sa kanila. Prabhu means putting ourselves in a humble position as servant. So we call those who practice bhakti Prabhu, yung mga male na nagka-practice in the male body. And those who practices in the female body, ang tawag nila is Mataji. It means the highest respect as a mother. So, walang mali siya. So, that's Mataji. So, in this practice, women is so much respected. Sobrang importante yun. So, yeah. I think wala ako na-miss sa chat na. So, if you don't have a question, ako yung magkatanong sa inyo. Nag-break lang sa work si Roche. Okay. Baka mahuli ka pa. Buenos dias, Andy. So, my question is, how's your chanting? Kamusta yung experience mo habang nag-chant ka today or yesterday? Did you feel anything? How's your mind? How's your distractions? Or is it your first time? Ano nangyayari? Ano yung mga nararamdaman ninyo? So, hi Andy, Andrea, how are you?
Good, thank you. Good
Yeah.
morning. Ay,
Hello.
good evening pala. It's good morning for me. Hindi pa lumalabas yung araw, but
Talaga? It's really early there.
it's 6 a.m. So medyo
Awesome.
madilim pa. Anyway, to answer your question, I never ba ako nag-chant ng Hare Krishna? Like maybe when I was in high school.
Oh, really?
Pero within my, as in, parang pakulang, alam mo yun. But I didn't really parang dive into yoga or my spirituality until adulthood here in Mexico, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't really experienced chanting Hare Krishna with that intention of actually chanting. Usually it's just Om or a little bit of a longer mantra or something. So I'm excited to dive into meditation with just something super repetitive. I also joined kirtan, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really enjoy because I'm very musical, ganun. Pero like having a practice, like a personal practice, that's really my goal for this workshop, is to have a really stronger personal practice. Kasi parang mas masaya when you're in class, like when you're in kirtan, there's music. It's easier to stay within that vibration kasi I guess parang yung whole group energy just keeps you there. But when you're by yourself, parang it's so much harder. And actually, usually, parang sa meditation, I just follow the breath. That's my go-to. Kasi hindi siya mawawala eh. Alam mo yan? Like if I do a mantra, I get distracted. If I'm doing object meditation, I get distracted. So go-to ka talaga is breath meditation. But so yun. Sorry, I missed yesterday. Medyo
No worries.
meron akong time change issue.
May jet lag ka for the Filipino class. You send me your place there. I believe there's a lot of devotees, but you have your beads and Bhagavad Gita already there.
Yeah, my book is arriving today, and I have to go get the mala. But pero
Awesome.
meron. It's not hard to get.
Okay, your place there is Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, it's a beach
Vallarta, yeah.
town. Um, i-Google nyo, tapos bisitahin nyo ako, tapos mag-chant tayo sa beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, so anyway, I did have a question kasi I missed
for
yesterday.
sure.
Pero I think, you know what, I think I'm just gonna watch the recording first, and if I have a question, I'll ask. Kasi I just watched the slides. I mean, I just looked at the slides, tapos parang hindi ko ata medyo maintindihan. So I think what I'll do is I'll just watch the recording first.
Yeah, we
Thank you
have
po.
two links we sent dun sa group chat. Kasi last night, we started to record half na.
Halfway through.
Halfway through it, then I sent there the first session of the previous batch. So almost same, but different. But you get the gist of it. Thank you very much
Ah, sige.
for
Thank you po.
adjusting because it's a a sacrifice. But of course, I know and I hope now we're becoming a tool or instrument for us to connect or get our questions in life answered. Thank you very much, Andy. Anyone who wants to share,
Thank you.
kamusta ang chanting? Si Marge ba sa kasi Kaloy? You got your beads na ba sa kayong, they got already? Thank you very much. Ang galing. So at least you can try to chant. They're muted. Narinig niyo ba si Kaloy? Okay. I think, ako hindi ko na naririnig. Maybe the mic. But they're muted already, no? Okay. May problem sa mic, yeah. No worries. Oh, yan. It's okay, no problem. We can try it next time. So yun, I'm so happy that you're trying to chant. That is the continuation ng ating meditation yoga philosophy challenge, 5 weeks challenge. Even if wala tayong class, you can continue to do so. But back to me, I just want to share last year I wanted to chant every day, but I wasn't able to. Either I woke up too late, etc. I always had excuses not to chant. And so I asked McCoy from batch 4 how he's able to do it every day. He told me if he can miss his rounds just one day, it's possible to miss it again on another day. Uh, what he said just woke me up. Maybe it will help others. Yeah, consistency in the practice is very important. That is why we call it sadhana, our everyday practice. So we can continue and continue palagi. It requires courage and determination. Kasi the mind will always say yung mga opposite, ang sarap-sarap matulog, ang sarap mag-snooze, or nakakainip, di ba? But just like exercise, di ba? Ang hirap magsimula mag-exercise. Minsan, titignan mo yung running shoes mo for 30 minutes, mag-jogging ba ako ngayon, or mag-gym ba ako, di ba? Kompleto na lahat ng attire mo, lahat ng mga climacool mo ng mga damit, pero, uh, kakain ko lang. Ang daming reasons, di ba? Kakain ko lang eh. Or, puyat ako eh. Or, di ba? Ang dami. So, just like chanting. But of course, this is much more deeper. Sometimes you need to throw yourself dun sa practice. Pero pag andun ka na, like when you're working out or you're running already, naramdaman, buti ginawa ko to. Pero yung how to start, kailangan ng jump start. That is why this class is also a push, a gentle push, for us to jumpstart our journey. Oh, it's the same with the sana, di ba? Higa ka lang sa yoga, ba't mo nag-cellphone ka lang pala? Tapos onting stretch ka lang, pero nag-cellphone ka lang talaga. No? Straight mo lang hamstring mo. So same thing, it also requires discipline. So kailangan natin ma-regulate. And even the Bhagavad Gita have told us, there should be a balance. A yogi should not eat too much, too little. Kailangan balance din yung eating natin. And also sleeps too much, nor sleep too little. Balance din yung sleep natin. At the same time, even the recreation. Hindi sabing walang recreation yung tao. Kailangan meron pa rin. Pero balance. Diba? Hindi ka mag-Netflix buong 8 hours mo nung araw mo. Tapos wala akong time, brabo eh. Wala akong time mag-meditate, wala akong time mag-exercise, pero naka-Netflix ka 8 hours a day. Or ano mo yun, yung screen time mo sobrang taas. So, medyo may mga wake-up call tayo rito because we will see our habits, our lifestyle, para malaman nun. Sa base ng favorite position, di ba? Exactly. So thank you very much. I won't hold you long. I will see you tomorrow evening again. And please do your assignments and chant your rounds. Hare Krishna, everyone. Good night.